Classrooms in China are getting a high-tech makeover. Teachers are now using AI-powered smart interactive boards that are changing the way students learn forever. These boards come with a large touch display, letting teachers draw shapes, diagrams, and write notes just with their fingers. No chalk, no markers, just smooth digital control. But that's not all. Powered by artificial intelligence, the board can recognize handwriting, solve equations, and even convert drawings into 3D visuals, making complex topics easy to understand. Teachers can switch slides, play educational videos, and connect to the internet instantly, turning every lesson into a dynamic and engaging experience. Students are more focused, more interactive, and learning faster than ever before. This is not just a board. It's a revolution in the classroom. And China is leading the way, making the future of education truly smart.
Is one of 1,800 in China which are part of what's dubbed the New Education Experiment Program, a nationwide private education project. Its stated aim is for teachers and students to lead a happy and integrative educational life. There's a special focus on daily life, and participants are encouraged to write about their school on an open online network.
Here we can share photos, essays, articles, and other things we've done with teachers during class. We can post everything. I personally share my homework and other things I like for people to see.
Exam success is not the main goal. New education schools focus on literature, communication skills, and creative thinking. They aim to boost children's confidence while respecting traditional values and local culture.
The materials and activities are linked to the student environment. Shendeng Konshun is, for instance, the birthplace of an opera called Konshu. So our program includes several parts about Konshu.
All schools in the program receive special textbooks from the New Education Institute. They host regular seminars in which teachers share their experience. There's also an online platform for pooling knowledge. The founder of the New Education program logs on every day. He says teachers' well-being is paramount.
Teachers have to grow into it along with their students. In their daily work, they should enjoy feelings of dignity and fulfillment. That's why we focus a lot on the teachers. Their reading material, their writings, their personal development, all of this is going to influence their students' development.
And the approach seems to be working. Students who've gone through the program are said to have done well in national exams.
Teachers at this primary school in China know exactly when someone isn't paying attention. These headbands measure each student's level of concentration. The information is then directly sent to the teacher's computer and to parents. China has big plans to become a global leader in artificial intelligence. It has enabled a cashless economy where people make purchases with their faces. A giant network of surveillance cameras with facial recognition helps police monitor citizens. Meanwhile, some schools offer glimpses of what the future of high-tech education in the country might look like. Classrooms have robots that analyze students' health and engagement levels. Students wear uniforms with chips that track their locations. There are even surveillance cameras that monitor how often students check their phones or yawn during classes. These gadgets have alarmed Chinese netizens. But schools say it wasn't hard for them getting parental consent to enroll kids into what is one of the world's largest experiments in AI education. A program that's supposed to boost students' grades while also feeding powerful algorithms.
为了就是国家的这个研究呀、发展呀，我觉得是没有问题。
The government has poured billions of dollars into the project, bringing together tech giants, startups, and schools. We got exclusive access to a primary school a few hours outside of Shanghai. To see firsthand how AI tech is being used in the classroom. For this 5th grade class, the day begins with putting on a brainwave sensing gadget. Students then practice meditating.
现在想象我的眉心有一点柔和的光芒绽放。
The device is made in China and has 3 electrodes, 2 behind the ears and 1 on the forehead. These sensors pick up electrical signals sent by neurons in the brain. The neural data is then sent in real time to the teacher's computer. So while students are solving math problems, a teacher can quickly find out who's paying attention and who's not.
说明这段时间他是有点在那走神的。
A report is then generated that shows how well the class was paying attention. It even details each student's concentration level at 10-minute intervals. It's then sent to a chat group for parents.
就是他可以看到每个人的评分。
The reports are detailed, but whether these devices really work and what they exactly measure isn't as clear. We were curious if the headbands could actually measure concentration, so one of our reporters tried on the device.
This is a new technology with
真听讲，作业做的基本上是全对的。
But not all students are as enthusiastic. This 5th grader, whom we caught dozing off in class, told us his parents punish him for low attention scores. And that kind of data adds a new kind of pressure for students. Companies we interviewed said the data can go to government-funded research projects. We spoke to parents who were unclear about where the data ended up, and they didn't seem to care too much. Santos says there's likely no privacy protection at all.
in a classroom. If you're trying to make an assessment of an individual student, you really can't anonymize it.
What are you doing? I finished my homework.
This 9-year-old elementary school student showed her winter break Chinese homework. It is 3 meters long when printed out, and there is still more.
Look at the homework signed by my Chinese teacher. It's really tough. There are 3 more sheets left, and it's still not finished printing. Oh, it's too much.
Because it's nearing the end of the term, the language arts teacher assigned a little bit more homework for the weekend. When printing it out, his sister was holding one end, and she found it funny and a bit helpless. The child is now 9 years old and in the 4th grade of elementary school. The test paper is probably about 3 meters long, almost filling up the entire living room. There are 6 test papers, probably because it's all one-sided only. It's 24 sheets, so it seems a bit too much. When the child saw so much homework, he felt frustrated because he didn't want to do it. He's helpless, but had to do it.
Why do Chinese students have so much homework? It can be said that staying up late to do homework is a common practice for Chinese students, not because they are lazy or reluctant to do it, but because the amount of homework in Chinese schools is estimated to be the highest in the world. They not only have to study for core courses, but also have handcraft and take-home assignments, and some parents even buy other practice questions separately for their children to use as exercise books. Why distribute so much homework? This is the involution in Chinese education. Since 2020, the word involution has become a popular internet slang word in mainland China. It expresses the relentless pursuit of success and the intense pressure of internalized competition, which result in burnout and overwork. Nowadays, involution can be found everywhere in China, from college to the workplace. Even children who have just started to speak are feeling the pressure of competition. The means that Chinese parents use to cope with involution are even more daunting. A recent post on Chinese social media, Weibo, went viral and left people shuddering after reading it. In a private clinic of an old Chinese medicine doctor in Guangdong province, a child of about 4 or 5 years old lay on a massage bed undergoing spinal correction. He screams in pain, but his mother extends a math tutoring app through a space in the massage bed, telling him not to waste time and to do math problems while undergoing correction. The poor child had to endure the pain, screaming loudly while answering. What's even more terrifying is that the blogger later added that after the child's correction was completed, it was his mother's turn. While she received her treatment, she loudly tested the multiplication tables on the child. Some netizens expressed sympathy for the mother, thinking that educating children is not easy for her. Unfortunately, this post was blocked a day later. Has involution in China made these parents lose their rationality? Or has the current state of China's education gone mad to the point of being incomprehensible? However, this incident is not a unique case. Other people have also shared their experiences online, accusing involution in Chinese education are driving parents and children crazy. Many Chinese parents focus on grades at the expense of their child's well-being. Some people shared what they came across in their daily lives. For example, I previously encountered a child who drank pesticide and ended up in the ICU at the age of 10. His condition stabilized on the first day, and when his parents came to visit, they brought him 2 test papers. Others shared their own experiences, such as, I suffered severe anxiety and nervous breakdowns in college and took indefinite leave in another city. It took me 8 hours to get home. My parents first told me not to be anxious and to rest for a while. Then they immediately asked me when I would return to school. You'll miss a lot of classes, they said. These comments disappeared from major social media platforms a few hours later, as if these negative comments had never appeared. Not only are there increasing complaints, but even Chinese hospitals are fully reflecting the state of student overwork. Nowadays, the wards of Chinese hospitals have almost turned into study areas. In November last year, with the severe flu outbreak and respiratory diseases at a peak, pediatric hospitals across the country were packed with children needing IV fluids. Under normal circumstances, children who are sick should rest properly. However, these sick children have no time to rest. Instead, they sit neatly in the hospital's specially designated study area, with needles in their left hands and pens in their right, diligently doing practice questions. These images even circulated on X, and many international users couldn't believe such things could happen. They thought these images must have been generated by AI, but they were mistaken. The phenomenon of hospitals setting up children's study space while getting IV treatment is no longer surprising in China. Instead of seeing elementary school students kneeling pitifully on the ground, spreading textbooks on chairs while receiving IV and doing exercises, it's better to allocate a specific area for them. For many hospitals in China, building such learning areas is considered a considerate move. The First People's Hospital